The post, kick it back out, go back again sometimes and try to set him up. Here's Reed cutting inside, and he's fouled. That'll be the third team foul against the Phoenix Suns in this quarter. Well, looking ahead on our coverage in the playoffs, New York and Charlotte, game number 3, with the Knicks leading that game, that series 2-0. And what a remarkable performance by Patrick Ewing down the stretch in an overtime.
Patrick is great, but listen, Hubert Davis was Mr. Clutch last night for the Knicks. He came in and did a number of key things, and he took the pressure off everyone else. Not bad for a rookie who had only played in one previous playoff game.
Well, he comes from good bloodlines, the nephew of Walter Davis.
He also comes from a good stable where he learned how to play. UNC. They all get tattooed with that Carolina blue. You know that.
Dean Smith. Well, the Spurs have not missed a free throw. They are 8 of 8. Sabonis from outside. I tell you, when he gets started right, it just picks everything up. He's shooting with confidence now.
Well, you're talking about a guy that averaged right at 13 points a game in only 21 minutes. And he led the league in field goal percentage at 57%.
But was down to 35% in the playoffs. But he has picked it up tonight. J.R. Reed, and that'll be an offensive foul on Reed.
When you get double teamed, pass the ball out of the double team and then repost up. If the double team is late coming to you, fine, split the double team. That time they had very poor spacing, so he took it himself.
Reed with his second foul. Lloyd Daniels getting ready to come into the Spurs lineup. He did a very good job on Tuesday night for John Lucas. Oliver Miller, excellent passer, looking with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Marley from the corner. Marley's picked up his shooting after struggling in the first round. He was 3 of 4 from three-point land last night.
That was a tough shot, and he was surrounded by people there.
He's hit 2 tough ones. Remember the one over the middle, too. There's Sabonis trying to impede Reed as he cut across the middle, and Sabonis picks up the foul.
He cannot play Reed down inside. So if you're going to go big on your front line, you're going to force them, Sabonis and Dumas, to play guys who are post-up people. Now, right now, that is the 4th foul for the Suns. On the next time that you go down inside with 8.5 minutes to go here, you're shooting a penalty.
Kevin Johnson comes back in. Barkley comes back in. Johnson wearing a sleeve on that knee rather than the brace, which he had worn throughout the playoffs. Into Willie Anderson. Got it in too low, but doesn't get the shot. And Willie Anderson really struggling from the field.
Paul Westphal is big right now with Chambers, Barkley, and Oliver Miller.
Willie Anderson 0 for 4. Look at Miller. He just seems to know where to go with the basketball. Great basketball sense. There is Robinson with a rebound. 34-22. Phoenix, 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Now Kevin Johnson is on Lloyd Daniels. Lloyd Daniels is saying, swing it.
Harry Cummings trying to shake Chambers.
Oh, my.
The steal by Barkley.
Goodbye.
Well, you thought Charles Barkley would respond, and he has. He has hit his last 5 shots. Sir Charles got him started right, and the Suns now with a 36-22 lead. The Phoenix Suns enjoying this 36-22 lead, and Charles Barkley has 16 of the 36 points. He is back.
Really happy for Charles. Takes a lot of pressure off him, and to see him play like an all-star. But how about the Spurs have only scored 2 field goals in the last 8.5 minutes of this game, and they've compounded it with 9 turnovers.
And they don't have anybody stepping up and helping the Admiral. We talked about Elliott and Ellis. They need to get something done, and it has not happened, as you can see again tonight. 4 points. The Spurs shooting 33% for the game, also compounded by 9 turnovers. Phoenix, on the other hand, is shooting 67%. They double on Robinson, has to kick it outside, and he saves it, I guess. Yes, he did, to Lloyd Daniels, just before it went backcourt, and then a foul on Kevin Johnson.
Now, let's be fair to David Robinson. Not because he's a superstar and he's on the All-NBA first or second team every year, but this poor guy can't make a catch without jumping up in the air or pushing his man off. He is not receiving the basketball where he can make a quick move.
You know what that reminds me of? The game Monday night. Remember Hakeem Olajuwon, how tough it was to get the ball, how hard he had to work. The same kind of thing.
Well, Seattle, known for their feistiness defensively, and the Spurs are showing it. I'd just like to say something about Lloyd Daniels. Lloyd and Vinny Del Negro, between them off the bench the other night, 15 points, but 15 rebounds between the two guards.
In fact, the guy you call Sweet Pea, Lloyd Daniels, had 9 of those rebounds. Oliver Miller to Charles Barkley. Barkley from the corner, and everything is going for Mr. Barkley tonight. He's 8 of 9. Again, Sean Elliott has not been a factor. This is a guy who made it to the All-Star game this year. Had his finest season.
Barkley overplayed that passing lane beautifully.
Robinson to the hole as Miller tried to front him, and he got around him.
The Phoenix Suns are determined to deny every pass into the post. They're playing what we call on the top side. So you have got to increase your passing angle. And you got to give the Spurs trouble. They're willing to take the body contact.
Robinson now respecting Barkley from the corner has come out on him. He wasn't coming out that far defensively earlier. 7 seconds on the shot clock. That's a tough shot. Rebound by Carr.
Got to push now.
Only shot Barkley's taken that was not a good percentage shot.
Ooh, right there. Reed just backed right into Charles, and he hit his head onto Charles's nose.
And Robinson hits again. Robinson now with 10 points in the ball game. It's a 10-point game.
Does this remind us of Monday night or what?
Yeah, it does. And now Kevin Johnson doesn't get it. Oliver Miller, good heads-up play. Marley, that ball was batted to Miller, not passed to him. And that's intended for Barkley. Right now, the Suns a little out of sync.
You know, you try to tell your big people, when you get below that dotted line area, if you could just throw a bounce pass, the guy who's cutting and moving, you know, has like 100th of a second. He's got a chance to read the pass and see the ball. But when you just throw that without putting it on the floor, it's like a blur to a guy who's moving.
Sean Elliott now playing that point guard spot. Much bigger obstacle for Kevin Johnson. Nice entry pass to J.R. Reed, and he is fouled.
Now, if nothing else, J.R. Reed has done a terrific job down inside because he's been fouled now 4 times.
Well, at the end of this game tonight, Hubie Brown and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game as Reed now will go to the line.
Got 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go. You're coming back strong, and you're shooting the penalty. That's all to your advantage.
And they are hitting those free throws as opposed to the other night when they shot only 56.5% as Dumas now comes into the ball game. He picked up 2 quick fouls, had come out for Chambers, and Chambers now sits down.
Well, you say, well, where has he been? Well, they were getting points out of Sabalas, but then they had to go big to match the big front line of San Antonio.
San Antonio has not missed a free throw. They've hit all 12. Kevin Johnson, that one may have been partially hit. Dumas tries to keep it alive, and Robinson comes down with it.
Sean Elliott was right up on that shot and did deflect it.
6 rebounds now for David Robinson.
Now, here's Sean Elliott, the point guard. Now, this is tough for Kevin because anytime Elliott puts the ball over his head, he can make a direct pass.
He can see inside so well, and Antoine Carr had a block. Oliver Miller with a block. It comes back out to Elliott. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Lloyd Daniels, and the Suns will come up with it. And they're going to bring it back because the shot clock expired.
They blew the whistle.
Yep.
Hugh Hollins blew the whistle down on the baseline. All right, he heard the 24-second clock went off, and he blew his whistle. Now, the whistle definitely was blown.
I don't know, though. That looked to me like there was a breakout coming, and that's what Ed T. Rush is discussing now with Delaney and also Hugh Hollins.
Gary, if you blow the whistle, the action stops. And San Antonio is saying, hey, you blew the whistle. So we all stopped, whether they did or not, or whether anybody else heard it. Okay.
Let's go back and listen to what happened as the shot clock expires.
Oh.
Are they saying Dumas didn't have possession when that shot clock expired?
It doesn't matter. The guy on the baseline blew his whistle.
So the Suns get the basketball, leading by 8, 4:41 left in this first half. Barkley, that's the shot he's been hitting. Now that is where he squares up, has time, and he nails it.
I'm surprised that David Robinson is playing that far away from him, because Sean Elliott did a terrific job in stopping the penetration.
Barkley with 20 points. He's hit 9 of 11 shots. Carr backing in on Miller. The quick hands of Miller. Carr takes it inside. Foul away. Miller with a good defense. And Barkley with a rebound.
No second shots. Nice.
7 rebounds for Barkley. Marley lost it as he went to the hole, and he's fouled by Antoine Carr.
Now, in job description, point guard. Is that next to Barkley's name? Because he's looking good leaving the fast break tonight.
He's a frustrated point guard. So with 4:07 to go in the first half, game number 2 in this Western Conference semifinal from Phoenix, Arizona. The Suns enjoying a 10-point lead, 40-30. I'm Gary Bender along with Hubie Brown. A different game than game 1, a different tempo. The Suns getting a remarkable performance from Charles Barkley, who already has 20 points. Terry Cummings will come back in, and J.R. Reed will leave.
I'm glad to see Terry Cummings getting the time, because I kind of feel that he can help them in spurts. Now, he only played 8 games in the course of the season, but, you know, as long as they can rest him when he's tired, and he's honest about being tired.
Suns are only 4 of 9 from the free throw line. We had a reversal of the first game when the Suns shot well and the Spurs didn't. Spurs have hit all 12. Robinson puts it down and goes around Oliver Miller.
That was beautiful. Not only that, but he got hit on the elbow by Kevin Johnson.
Marley with a 3. And Marley led the NBA in attempts and was tied with Reggie Miller for the most makes this year.
Now this is a clear out. Double team came late. Robinson,
boy, when he gets it that low, as tall as he is, that's a pretty good area for him to be taking a shot.
Yeah, but you know that he can make that jump shot for 17, 18 feet. He's very, very dangerous from there.
Well, he's 6 of 10, and he's hit his last 4 field goal attempts. Just outside 3 minutes to go in the first half. Kevin Johnson ducking inside, and he is fouled. And Kevin Johnson, after having that brilliant game Tuesday, struggling a little bit tonight, trying to get his offense underway. Kevin has not scored. He's 0 for 3 from the field, as Mark West will come back into the ball game. We have a 22nd timeout by the Phoenix Suns.
Now remember, in that first half, any screen and roll, David Robinson would step up and stop Kevin Johnson on a dribble. That time, now whether it's fatigue or what, but David Robinson played off of that screen and roll. Kevin Johnson came off of it, and with his explosiveness and his ability to dribble with his left hand, he blew right by David Robinson.
Now Ed T. Rush is indicating they're going to take a full timeout. So they took the 20, they've extended it to a full, and we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. Back in Phoenix, Arizona, the 2 Dream Team members, Charles Barkley and David Robinson. They have not disappointed.
Here's your screen, and once again, here's that roll. See, David keeps looking at Charles, and Charles keeps saying, if you're not going to play me, you're going to pay the price. This is a great move. Kevin Johnson bumped them right there on the way in. They got away with that one, but that was an excellent slice. Remember, the man is 7'2".
Look at the numbers. Barkley with 20, Robinson with 14, the rebounds. Both these guys have stepped forward. Now, Robinson had a great first game. As we mentioned, Barkley was not shooting well, but that is a thing of the past right now. Barkley is back. Elliott committed the last foul on that duck inside by Kevin Johnson. 14 fouls against the Spurs. The Suns are over the limit.
There's a staggered screen for Barkley. They're posted in the lane.
Beautiful pass. And the basket will count, and Marley will go to the line as Daniels commits a foul.
You know, that was a design play. They ran Barkley off the staggered screen. The first screen was Dan Marley on the baseline. He stepped right in the lane, and he pinned his man. Excellent call by Paul Westphal, and you love to see that coming out of a timeout.
Marley 5 of 7 from the field, completes the three-point play. 46-34. This matches their biggest lead of the ball game.
Half-court trap now. They're going to trap Elliott, force him to give up the ball, run some clock, get them out of their set offense.
Here's David Robinson down inside to Cummings. Nice left-handed sweeping hook. Daniels over the back. They're going to get him for a loose ball foul.
He was up there.
Yes, he was.
He was up there trying. Terry Cummings knows that he just missed.